Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. I am Ashley. I'm a homeschooling mom with 7 kiddos, ranging from 12, almost 13, down to 1. I wanted to do this video. I think I have done something similar as far as how I handle life with a large family, how I, day-to-day stuff, and just kind of like how I function as a mom of 7. But I wanted to do something that I get asked a lot, actually, and sometimes just in kind of a roundabout way. And I never really know the answer to it, but I kind of thought about it for a minute and thought of some things that I do, how I balance everything. Like I said, we have 7 kids and God willing would like more. So obviously our lives are go, go, go. They're just constant. We have animals. We moved about a year ago. We have extracurriculars. We have everything going on. Obviously my husband works full time. I stay at home. I do like pet sit on the side just because I enjoy that and it brings in a little bit extra money anyway. And something that I love to do. I used to be a vet tech, and so I did work. I have a college degree, did work, and this is what I was meant to do. So take care of all these kids and family and etc. How I balance everything. I have said before that my main lifeline basically is my planner. If I did not have my planner, A, my kids would not get where they need to be. B, I would just be all over the place. And I am not, by nature, I am type A. I am very type A. I have a child that is type A, which actually helps me a lot because it kind of keeps me on track. I have to have a system with a planner with it written down. I do not usually put things in my phone. The only time I put things in my phone is if I'm out and I don't have my planner with me. And as soon as I get home, I transfer whatever was in like my brain dump into just my little app in my phone. I put it on my planner. Doctor's appointments. I mean, the things in the extracurricular world of our life is just a lot. But I love it. I mean, this is my happy place. And my husband just goes with it because I'm the one that tells him, okay, we need to be here, here, and here. Like he relies on me to do that part, to get everything together, have everything organized, and know where every kid needs to be when and who he needs to pick up and who he needs to drop off. And yes, it's crazy, and usually sometimes he doesn't get home till 9. We also live about 40 minutes from most of our extracurriculars, and so it is a drive. It's worth it, but it's a drive. So my planner, my to-do lists are a necessity in my life, in our lives. That is just how we have to function, and it is what I've always done. I have always, since I can remember, I have had a planner where I would write things down, even before I was married, and I would write things down and just have everything organized, because the more you have to keep in your head and think about it and then remember it and then just like constantly like, okay, I can't forget, it'll drive you crazy, especially with the number of kids that we have. So planner, ideally. I will link my video to my planner that I have used for the past, I don't even know how many years, a lot of years. And sometimes it's changed based on obviously how many kids I had. I didn't need as much space. And now I kind of use the one that has the biggest block chunks because I have a lot. So my planner, my to-do list, and I think most of you that know me personally know that I am extremely, extremely organized when it comes to that. when it comes to where my kids need to be, and making sure that all my, all my T's are crossed and all my I's are dotted, whatever the phrase is. I have to have that. I have to have it. Secondly, let me start off by saying I have help as far as family help. I do not have anybody, I do not have a nanny, so to speak. I do not have anybody that stays at my house. I do not have a house cleaner, a maid. We've never had a maid. I've never justified, I can't justify it while I stay at home. Even if I've got 10 million things going on, and even if I, am sometimes out of the house, actually a lot of times I'm out of the house, I just can't justify it. I like keeping my house clean. And if it gets messy, then I kind of regroup and say, okay, let's take a day and go through this house and make sure it's clean. I kind of pride myself on that. And so I've never been able to justify the cost for that. I obviously make my own meals. We rarely eat out. I can't even remember. Probably just on vacation is when we go out to eat. And fast food, it's expensive, but B, it's just so bad for you. So I do not stop and get fast food. We do not have a cook. I do not order meals like those pre-made meals. I don't do that. I do it all at home. But although I don't have that kind of help, I have help of family nearby. So my parents are here. My sister is here. My husband's aunt is here. And they all help tremendously. If we need something, I'm basically will drop my kids off at my parents' house so that I can take one kid here and then somebody will pick up another kid, and so that we can just kind of juggle kids. I have that kind of help. And I'm very grateful for that. And I know a lot of people do not, but that is something, that is a key element in how I balance everything, is basically having that support system as far as, if I have doctor's appointments or anything like that, there's always someone to watch my kid, and I've never had to pay for a babysitter. So I am very lucky in that regard, but I balance, that is a key element to how I balance everything, is having a system of, preferably family members or close friends that I can drop my kids off, or I can, if I need to do something, or we just literally like pick up, drop off at various places. And I just kind of make sure that somebody can get my kid here if I need to be here. There are many times when I would have to be in multiple places at the same time. And so multiple extracurriculars, it is what it is. So I have that support system. So that is a key element on how I balance having so many kids and being able to split up time and split up where they need to be and where they need to go and make sure they're all everywhere. Another thing that I feel is important in balancing everything. Now, let me also say that balancing everything does not mean doing everything. I cannot do everything. If I have 10 things that I'm supposed to do on a Saturday, I can't do all of it. There's not enough time in the day. There's not enough people to get my kids where they need to be. But I do prioritize, and I am okay with saying no to things that I do not feel are justify my kids being away or me being away, or if I have things that I have to do here. I am okay saying no. So don't get me wrong, I do not do everything. I do not make gourmet meals every day. I give them dinner, but sometimes the dinner is quick and easy. And many times it is quick and easy. It is not a 5-course meal. I do not do everything. I do not keep my house spotless. There are toys on the floor. There is hair in the sink. There is soap in the sink. There are dishes. I mean, those get done every day, obviously, but there are things that I do not do. I do not do everything, but I balance and prioritize what needs to be done and what I feel is necessary to keep my house running smoothly. I feel like in this stage of life, extracurriculars, that is kind of at the forefront. That is what my kids are all in. Definitely my older two are all in. My oldest does baseball and taekwondo. He pretty much has something pretty much 6 days a week, if not 7. This is also something that I leave up to him. If he ever felt like it was too much, then that would be his decision. He is always all in. Same with my oldest girl, my second. She does dance and she is there all the time. And she loves it, and that is her heart. I mean, she loves it. She loves performing, she loves dancing, she loves all of that. And so I'm all in. This means yes on the weekends. This means yes sometimes during extra rehearsals. This means yes. I mean, you get what you put in. You get out of it what you put in. And so balancing all of these things means yes, we are sacrificing sometimes. That is okay. We are okay with that because this is a season. Yes, it's going to be a long season because we have a lot of kids. But balancing family life, I mean, this is our family life. Extracurriculars is part of our life. And I think that's very important. And it's something that keeps them busy. It drives them. And they're very passionate about these things. My husband played baseball. And so him going on the weekends to practices or games, obviously we try and sometimes we alternate games and sometimes it depends on, it all depends. But, for as far as practices and stuff, he will be there typically. And so that is something that is close to his heart because he played baseball through high school and some of college and all through his kid years. And so being able to have kids that love that sport that you love so much is a great thing. Same with me and dance. I dance my entire life at the same place that my child and my 2 girls right now currently are dancing at. And that is my heart. That dance was my passion. And so being able to do these things with my child or children that I love so much is a blessing. I don't consider it a curse to have to do these things on the weekend. This is family time. Doing what you love with your family, whether or not you're with 1 or 2 kids or your entire family, is very important to me and important to my husband as well. And so, yes, we sacrifice some, but we make time for the things that we sometimes have trouble fitting into our weekend schedule. We will always have a birthday party for all of my kids. We will find time. We are having a birthday party this weekend for our 4th kiddo who's turning 6, and it is going to be at 4:30 because my daughter has a rehearsal until 3:30. And so it's just family. So it's not a whole bunch of kids or anything like that. But I balance these things by being able to squeeze in and fit in where these things need to be fit in. It is not always easy. But this is, like I said, this is a season. And so balancing all of these things and these extracurriculars and things that we're doing, house projects and all of that, we just find a way to do it. And that's, I mean, it is what it is. I have also made a video, which I will link, about self-care and how I balance time for myself. Sometimes my husband and I don't get the time away that maybe we would like. But again, it's just kind of a sacrifice, and we try and get away if we can, as far as a dinner or something like that. We don't take trips by ourselves really. As best we can, we try and go and get something to eat if possible. Lately, it's been a crazy spring. And so we haven't been able to do that recently. But the self-care, the time that I have for myself, which I get asked a lot, how do you have time to yourself? How do you just take a breather? I will link my video for that, because I find it important, but at the same time, it is not a necessity of mine to go and do things out of the house by myself. It is just not. I am happier with my family at home than I am out and about with other people. And that's just how I am. I'd just rather be with my family. And so my self-care is really not a huge deal, but it's little things that kind of get me through after the kids are in bed, and just taking a breather and then catching up on my social media, things like that during nap time, just kind of laying down for a few minutes. I'm not one that can really sit and do nothing because I have so much to do. But I don't require a lot. I don't require a lot of self-care. And so it's not in me to need all this time and, go to the gym and do all this kind of stuff. I don't do all that. And so I can do all that at home. I can work out at home. I can do my nails at home, that kind of stuff. And so it's not a big deal for me. Now, if this is something that's important for you, then obviously your priorities might be a little bit different, and what you spend your time on might be different. And I feel like a lot of times this is a characteristic or a trait of a large family, because you have these kids and obviously you love being around them because you have so many of them. And that's just where the joy lies in our family, is spending time with each other. And I will have all the time in the world, maybe not, because I have a lot of kids and maybe I'll have a lot of grandkids, but I will have all the time in the world years down the road, God willing, that I can do things on my own. And that's just lonely to me. I don't know. That seems lonely to me. So I don't really require a lot of that. Because, like I said, I do not do everything. And I get different reactions from different people. How do I do everything? How is it that everything gets done? It doesn't get done. Not everything gets done. We do not get to every party or every family thing or whatever that we are invited to, and that is okay. It is okay. The focus right now in our lives is on our home, our family, immediate family, and getting these kids where they need to be, because this is their time. We have plenty of family time. We have plenty of time, aside from the extracurriculars, that we do things as a family. And it's, like I said, I get asked, how do I do everything? I get asked, how do I balance things? Which is why I decided to do a video on how I balance things instead, because I think it is a very big misconception that people with large families do everything, that the moms or the dads do everything. And it's just not the case. We do divide and conquer, which is, like I said, a big part of this. But keep in mind that we're doing this and living this life because this is where the joy lies. So if you have any questions about, or if you have any anything you want me to make a video on, or anything that you're curious about with large family, with homeschool. Oh, that's another thing I wanted to mention too, was that my homeschool schedule, and I think I made a video on this, possibly. If I did, I will link it. If not, maybe it's something I'll make. How my homeschool works and how and why I am not a rigid, strict scheduler in my homeschool. Yes, I am like that in my home environment, like regular home environment overall. Homeschool, not so much. I am very lax in my homeschool schedule. I am more of a just get it done. My older kids, you know what you need to do, get it done. There is no, and I wasn't always like this. I started homeschool 4 years ago thinking that my schedule had to be like public school. It does not. And so that is another misconception, is that I have a strict homeschool schedule. I do not. And so that alone has taken a huge load off of me. I try and do things for myself, or eliminate things that will cause me stress, or that will cause me to not focus on my family. And so sometimes we do it, you know, my older kids or whatever will take their school stuff with them and do it in the car. And so I think it's very important that people see and realize that I might be a strict scheduler and planner in one aspect of my life, and in another aspect, I'm not. So some people think they know people and think that, okay, well, if she's like this, you know, with her extracurriculars, kids extracurriculars, and, you know, paying bills and doing all this kind of stuff, then she's like that in every aspect. And that's just not the case, because like I said, homeschool, just the way that our life is just, it's very lax. So, anyway, if you have any questions about anything that I mentioned, this video was a little bit kind of all over the place because I was just thinking, and then I thought of more things as I was taping. So obviously filming. Let me know down below. And if you have anything that you want me to dig a little deeper on and dive into a little bit more, let me know down below. And I will see you guys next time. Take care.